Prince George County, situated just south of the James and known for embracing its rural character. It prides itself on being a welcoming community.
That's where it started. That's where I met him. I lost my soul. That bastard stole my soul. That's what I lost.
But lifelong resident Donald Newbold says he and other local men have been keeping an unwelcome secret that casts a shadow over this quaint county for decades. And to break free of it,
There's a lot of emotions right now because I haven't been here in 30 years.
he returns to where he says it all began.
The memories are just flying through. Because that's when I was the happiest.
In a more peaceful place where he grew up with his parents and 3 sisters. The year was 1982. Donald was 12 years old.
So he would come over here and pick me up.
He was the guidance counselor at N.B. Clements Junior High School, William Barnes.
He told my mother that I ever wanted to have a side job or anything, wanted to make some money. He had a place that he needed help with.
Blocks from the Newbold home, Donald would become a handyman of sorts for Barnes. And when it came time for his poverty-stricken parents to move, his then counselor made him an offer to take custody of him. And his parents eventually agreed to let Barnes adopt him.
So a young kid wishing he had a pair of shoes to having more than what he knows what to do with, well, where would you want to stay?
At what point did you think this is not what I thought it was supposed to be?
Probably the second time he provided me with alcohol, and I didn't know how to drink it, and I overdrank it, and I woke up and he was spooning and masturbating me.
According to these 6 affidavits exclusively obtained by CBS 6 and now in the custody of the Virginia State Police, Donald is not the only one making these allegations. At least 3 men are accusing Barnes of inappropriately touching them as kids, and others are backing the claims, as well as allegations that Barnes allowed minors to use drugs and alcohol inside his home.
Car's gonna be all right, man.
Yep, let's hope so.
With our cameras rolling, Donald tearfully embraces one of Barnes's other accusers for the first time.
It makes me damn glad that I'm speaking up for him.
Barnes was Brian Carr's basketball coach at Claremont Academy in the 1970s. Carr says Barnes would often invite teammates to sleep at his Prince George County home.
Someone crawled up in the sleeping bag kind of, and was kind of spooning me from the behind. And then I could feel his whiskers on my shoulders and neck. And he started fondling me, but I won't have no parts of that.
Allegations that are included in Carr's sworn affidavit and that he says he reported in an interview with the Virginia State Police.
A lot of deja vu. Listening to their relationship was like a flashback trigger to my relationship.
Donald would write,
This is my journal.
About the years of alleged abuse.
And here are some very graphic nights and some very graphic events that have lived with me for a very long time.
He says he endured by his adopted father, who was an educator in Prince George County for more than 4 decades.
Some very horrible stories of how he would hold me down. First time he did it, I was 14 and a half. First time he actually sodomized me, I was 15.
Donald said the abuse continued through high school.
You'd ride to school with him in the morning, and he would give you a big old rack of cash. Here, you want some spending money? Don't tell nobody what happened last night. I'm really sorry. If I came up there, I need to stop drinking. And I hope I didn't do anything wrong. It got to the point where if I would just let it happen, it would go away faster. If you fought him, it was just going to take longer.
Barnes got promoted to Prince George Director of Secondary Education in 2014. The same year, according to this affidavit, another man reported him for touching his genitals at a sleepover when he was 14 years old. Eventually, Donald says his friends stopped coming to the home he shared with Barnes, but claims the abuse he suffered wouldn't end until age 17.
Why did you hold it in for so many years?
Scared. Fearful of retaliation was going to be one.
Something he says he's experiencing now after sharing his secret last summer with his wife and 2 children.
When I told her who it was, she said, "You're a liar, he'd never do that." And then she left me to go live with him. So I hope they understand one day that I saved my life. I saved their life. And that I'm sorry it had to go down like this, but hopefully one day they'll understand.
Donald tells CBS 6 his estranged wife has a protective order against him, and he hasn't had contact with his children in almost a year. Barnes, meanwhile, retired from his award-winning career last year as the assistant superintendent of schools.
Why speak out?
It's like a 800,000-pound weight off my chest. I tell everybody I have a broken heart that's warm. Because the Lord has me, but the good out of it is if I didn't tell somebody I was going to die.
We reached out to Barnes' attorney and have not yet heard back. We also reached out to the Prince George County school system. They provided us with a statement that reads, quote, "It is not our practice to comment on matters related to personnel or active law enforcement investigations, but we can share that the school board and administration take allegations of this nature very seriously and will cooperate fully with any law enforcement investigation if requested to do so." Much more on our investigation and our attempt to obtain records from the district on our website at WTVR.com. In the studio, Laura French, CBS 6 News.